Hello, everybody. My name is Cain, and this is my motivation research project. So first, we'll start off with why motivation. Finding motivation can be a struggle in our everyday lives, whether it's for work or for school. We can all struggle with this. For future careers, it is crucial to know how to get the best out of our peers employees. If we want to be managers, we're going to have to know how to get them to be the most efficient they can be. Researching this topic may help us better understand how to motivate ourselves and be more efficient. And this deals in human psychology, which has always interested me. We'll go into what is motivation, which mostly gears towards what we learned in class. Motivation is defined as generating behavior towards a goal. People can be achievement oriented, which is going towards outperforming others and surpassing your own goals. They can be affiliation oriented, which is being part of a group, or they can be power oriented, which is wanting to have influence and authority over others. Herzberg had a theory of two factors, which was hygiene, which cannot be absent or it will be a dissatisfier, and motivative, which if it is present is a satisfier itself and motivator. Hygiene factors are intrinsic satisfiers, while motivation factors are intrinsic motivators. Continuing that, McGregor had a theory on needs, which had people into groups of theory X and Y. Theory X people are people who have low order external needs like safety and physiological, and those people naturally lack ambition and want to be led. And then you have Theory Y people who have internal high order needs like esteem and self actualization, and these people are naturally motivated and are responsible. Other theories on motivation include Adams' theory of inequity, where people are affected by situations that are unfair, and you can calculate this by taking your outcomes divided by your inputs and comparing them to a reference or comparison other outcomes divided by inputs. Some people need to be better than the other, they can be lower than the other, or they just want to be equal. And then you have Room's expectancy theory, which basically states that it involves instrumentality, which is you believing you can do something, and expectancy of a reward related to how much you value the reward. And all this goes to show that motivation is just not an energy, it is something bigger and more complex than that. So then we'll get into motivation in today's world. With the ever-increasing role of AI in our world, companies are looking for highly motivated individuals who can learn new skills and be efficient. Companies are more looking for people who enjoy what they do and are good enough to be able to adapt to new environments and new technologies like AI and learn these new skills. Motivation is a necessity to ensure employees have good mental health and less negative stress. If you enjoy what you're doing and are good at it, you're going to have less strain on your mental health, which will also cause you to not feel as stressed about stuff like assignments, due dates, or just projects. And in the future, all these factors push you towards that main meaning of finding meaning, what you are doing in your work. You want to know that your work is actually having a positive impact on the world. So what should managers know about motivation? Motivation is a very complex idea with many theories and parts. We talked about many of those before, but there's many more ideas on what motivation actually is. Managers are crucial to motivation of employees in the work environment. Managers are the ones who set the tone at work. They're the ones who try to get their employees involved and motivated. There's not a one size fits all way to motivate people. Everyone has different needs and expectations, like we talked about. You want to get more value than your others. You're okay with getting less, or you want to be equal, or you care more about hygiene, or you care more about motivators. And then motivation is the key to a healthy, efficient work environment. How do leaders motivate employees? A big part of being able to motivate is to understand what factors work for your employees. Every employee is going to be different. They're going to have different things that work as hygiene, as satisfactors. They're going to care more about them. They may have low order needs, they may have high order needs, so you need to figure that out. You need to have an overall support system and strong environment along with a strong HR department. If you have that healthy work environment where people feel able to feel trusted to go in and believe people around them, that's going to make them feel better about the work that they're doing. Be an idol by leading by example. If you go into work every day being motivated and trying to motivate the others by, doing your job well, that's going to hopefully brush off onto the employees. And then balance satisfiers and motivators, you need to have that stuff that's going to want them to come in every day and know that they're going to have those security things. But you also want to make sure that you have the stuff that's not necessarily guaranteed that's going to motivate them even further, because eventually satisfiers will run out as a motivating factor. So we'll go into what motivates me. I'm motivated obviously by a mix of internal and external factors. I'm heavily motivated by appreciation of a good job. I do not like letting people down at all. I want to be respected and know that people know that I do a good job, which kind of falls under that affiliation tactic, even though I really fall under the achievement archetype. As I'm very competitive, I want to outperform others, and I love to surpass goals I set for myself. Time is a large motivator for me. As due dates get closer, I feel more and more motivated to get my work done. And the new stress of finishing tasks is very rewarding to me. The feeling of getting something done and knowing that's one step closer to getting a good grade or finishing the semester is important to me. And how might this change in the future? Things like when you graduate, you get your first job, and finding a partner in life may change your motives, as you might see a shift towards more of those satisfactory factors compared to those big motivators like getting a huge raise or stuff like that. Stability, family, and relationships become more important as you want to have a stable life compared to trying to take the risks and get a better, bigger, and better life. And obviously, these occur as life figures itself out. Family and purpose become your main drivers compared to, jobs and other things like that. And motivations never stay the same, whether it's, year to year, month to month, week to week, day to day, second to second. They're always going to change as you have different life experiences and just experience the world. And then these are my sources. Thank you for watching.